All right, boys and girls, today we are going to be working again with place value. And I know that I showed you last week how to use a piece of notebook paper to help you when you're working with place value. All right, so on your worksheet today, I'm going to do the first few of these with you. I'm sorry, I keep hitting the camera with my hand. All right, so the first thing that I want to do is I want to use my notebook paper. I'm going to use my lines on my paper to help me. And I'm going to make my place value chart, hundreds, tens, ones. Now, of course, we can go all the way up to hundred thousands, but we're just doing a quick review. So we only have up to 3-digit numbers. Some of our numbers are only going to be 2-digit numbers. All right, sorry, I keep hitting that. All right, our number is 615. Okay, so we always start filling in the chart in the ones place. So I put in the 5, and then the 1, and then the 6. And I can tell that my underlined digit is this 6. So that tells me that I have 6 hundreds, okay? So the value of this is 6 hundredths. And if I had those little flats like we used last week, I would have 6 of those. And so that would mean I would count by hundreds. And I would have 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600. So 6 hundredths is equal to 600. Okay? All right, when I look at number 2, I have the number 19. All right, so this was number 1, and I want to put a 1 and a circle around it so I can tell that that's the number 1 and that's not part of my number here. So make sure you circle your number. Okay, so this is number 2. I'm going to draw a circle around it, and I'm working right here, 19. Sorry, my camera keeps shaking. Okay, so I'm going to make my chart, hundreds, tens, ones, and I start at the ones place at the back of the number, and I fill in the 9 and then the 1, okay? And my 1 is my underlined digit, so there it is right there, and that means that I have 110, so that would mean that I would have 1 of those little tens rods like we worked with. So I have 110, and if I was counting by tens and I just did it one time, I would say 10, and then I'm finished. So 110 is equal to 10. All right, moving on to number 3, I have the number 266. So I write number 3 on my paper, make my chart, hundreds. I'm trying not to hit this camera, I'm so sorry. Hundreds, tens, and ones, and I start filling in with the ones place. So I put a 6 here, a 6 here, and then a 2. And this middle 6 is my underlined digit, so that means that I actually have 6 tens. So if I were to count by tens, I had 6 tens, and I counted by tens, that would be those tens rods. I would have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. So 6 tens is equal to 60. All right. Moving on to number 4. I'm trying not to hit this. I've got a stand that holds this up, and it's hard to use. Let me just go down here on my paper. All right, I'm going to put a number 4 and circle it. I'm going to make my chart, hundreds, tens, ones, and my number is 70. So I fill my 0 in first, and then my 7, and my 0 is my underlined digit. So that means that I have 0 ones, and if I have 0 ones, then I don't have any ones, and so the value of that is 0. All right, for number 5, I'm going to have to move my paper over so I hopefully won't keep hitting the camera. Okay, so I'm going to write number 5, put a circle around it. Move the paper so you can see. Number 5, we have the number 14. So I make my chart, hundreds, tens, ones. I start in the ones place and I fill in my 4 and then my 1, and my underlined digit is the 4, so that means that I have 4 ones. That would be those little units like we worked with last week. So if I have 4 ones, I would just count by ones. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 ones is equal to 4, has a value of 4. All right, and then here is, let me move this way. I have a really hard time with the camera here. Okay, now number 6, and I'm going to fill in my chart, hundreds, tens, ones. Start at the back side of my number, fill in my ones place first, so I fill in my 9, and then my 6. My 9 is my underlined digit, so that's in the ones place, so that means I have 9 ones, which you would just count by ones. So 9 ones is equal to 9. Okay, boys and girls, you are going to finish the rest of this on your own, number 7 through 16. When you finish, you're going to take a picture of your paper that looks like this. Now, you don't have to have 1 through 6 on your paper because you've watched me do that, but you need to have numbers 7 through 16 on your paper. And you're going to take a picture of it and you're going to submit that to me through Canvas. When you get ready to take your picture, I noticed this last week with the videos, sometimes people would have their picture like way off, or, you know, not like I would only be able to see like part of it. So pay attention and make sure that, you know, all of your paper shows, but kind of wiggle your camera around till you get a good shot. And if you take a picture and then it doesn't come out very well, or you can't see it very well, just take another picture. If your writing is really big and you can't fit it all in one picture, just submit 2 pictures. That's fine. Just, you know, show me part of it, then move your paper over and show the rest of it. You can see your picture after you take it. All right, so take a good clear picture, and you may want to use pen, because I don't normally recommend that because you can't erase it and it makes your paper super messy. But watch what happens if I don't write very dark, like I just made the number 8. You can barely see that. So if you decide to use pencil, which is totally great because you can erase, you're going to have to kind of press hard in order to make your pencil show up. You can use colored pencil, you can use pen, whatever you feel comfortable with. If you make a mistake and you're using pen, about the only thing that you can do is just sort of cross out, okay? That lets me know that one's a mistake. Don't color and scratch all over the paper because that's super messy. So just cross it out and then, you know, put it up under it, and I'll know that you just made a mistake, okay? All right, good luck with that, boys and girls. Bye.